I thank you, I thank you, I thank you. Bless your holy name. Friends, we are in week number 2 of our series, Cup of Freedom, where each week we reflect on a different kind of freedom, a different kind of freedom that God offers. And it's not just in theory, but it's real, tangible, daily ways. Last Sunday, we explored freedom to move and how God calls us to leave what holds us back and step into new beginnings, filling our cup with laughter. This week, we're claiming the freedom to sing, the freedom to sing, the power to rejoice, to praise, and to find our voice again, even when we are uncertain. This week, we fill our cups with song. As part of this journey, we are inviting each and every one of you to bring your own mug, your own cup. So people have been asking me, what are the cups for? Thank you. Michelle's had hers up. There are a few that are already displayed, as Barbara's pointing to. Oh, look, Miss Donna. Yes, and Miss Jackie have their cups. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Nancy has her cup. Yes. There are cups already displayed. Yes. And Barbara has hers. Thank you, Kathy. I see those with their cups. Yeah, those that have their cups even in their hand, yes? So we invite you, even those that are online with us right now, we invite you to bring your cup in. Allow your cup to be a representation of you and your ways in which you have freedom. The freedom to move, the freedom to have, the freedom to sing also. What represents your spirit, your joy? What represents your story and your sense of hope? We'll display them on the mantle for the entire worship series. So again, bring in your cup. I want to reflect with you this morning, on the topic, sing anyway. Sing anyway. Have you ever had one of those weeks where everything is so ridiculous? Maybe you've had one of those mornings where everything is so ridiculous. Well, you just got to laugh so that you don't cry. Or maybe you burst into song. Maybe you open the news and you see the AI-generated Pope. Or you see that gas is $7, but eggs have now dropped back down to about $2 to $3. Not here, but so. And yes, even someone attempted to climb Mount Everest in Crocs. Ridiculous. I see Miss Jackie's face is like, ah. It's giving chaotic energy. It's something that we don't usually see, we don't usually find, and it's unwelcome. It's in Psalm 118 that I read into your ear gates that was written for weeks, ridiculous mornings, just like this. When nothing makes sense, but you're still standing. When things seem discombobulated and unorganized, but you're still here. Still able to say that this is the day that God has made, we will rejoice and be glad in it. That's what's claiming us this morning. That's what we're claiming in this cup of freedom. And today we claim the freedom to sing. Psalm 118 isn't a psalm of perfection. It's a psalm of perseverance. It says, out of my distress, I called on God, and God answered me and set me in a broad place. When you get a chance sometime in your meditation time, your prayer time, your quiet time, read this 118. It's not that long. It's just 19 short verses. Verse 5 again says, out of my distress, something was wrong. There's issues, acknowledging there's shoes, and not just the ones that are on our feet. issues. Because y'all got shoes, right? Y'all got shoes, right? Because I got shoes. Issues. Out of my issues, I called on God. And God answered me. Not just did I call on God and God answered me, but God also set me in a broad place. That's not Pastor Kim, that's the Bible that says that. God set me in a broad place. What is this broad place? It doesn't mean that all the problems went away. Gas is still, eggs still cost, bills still, my spouse, my partner does, my church. There are still shoes. But God set me in a broad place. It means that God made room. That God made room again, room to breathe, room to hope, and it's in that space that a song is returned. Because the truth is that freedom to sing isn't about pitch or perfection. It's about lifting your voice even when the weight of the world says, why bother? Somebody else will do it. Somebody else will set up. Somebody else will clean up. Somebody else will pay for. Somebody else will go. Each week, again, we're asked to bring in a cup, a literal cup. We're being asked to bring in for this series. And some of us will bring in coffee mugs. Some of us, I encourage you to bring in your water bottles, whether it's your Owala or your Stanley, whatever cup that is, whatever mug, bring it, a mason jar. Even if your cup is filled with glitter, bring it in. We'll respect that energy. This week, as you look at your cup, maybe for some of us, it's cracked. I know that's why I brought in specifically my cup, because it's beautiful. It represents a business that I still have, but I don't use it because it's cracked. It's not something that I utilize day to day, but if I had to, it still works. How many of us, how many of you, how many of we in some way are chipped, cracked, broken, bent, but God still uses us. God still needs us. God still holds us. God still makes space for us. Psalm 118 reminds us that the Lord is my strength and my song. Not just my strength, not just my deliverer, my song. Even when life is off key, the cup is still being filled with enough strength and enough melody to carry on. You know, in movies, television shows, specifically with movies, there's almost always a soundtrack. Even if it's not a musical, there's always some form of music in a movie. I love movies that all of a sudden you hear the cellos and the violins. I'm like, oh, something's about to happen. You know that certain sound of the cello, right? Something is about to happen. That's very different from the little flutes. It's like, oh, something happy is about to happen. But then here comes the bass and the right? It's like, uh-oh, right? We see it. How come the characters don't see it? Don't open that door. Run. I always feel like that's kind of like God, right? That God is the soundtrack or provides the soundtrack for our lives. That sometimes is there's the bass and the violins. Don't make that decision. Don't get involved with that person. Don't go there. Don't spin that. And then sometimes there's the flutes, like, yes, cheering us on. And then sometimes, like a true soundtrack, like in movies, there's silence. And we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's coming up. And we got to wait. That's that hard part that sometimes we don't like. It's that waiting. Because we don't know, and as humans, we like to know. But God says, I'm still here. I'm still your harmony. I'm still your melody. And sometimes I need you to also be someone else's background music. I need you to be the hands and feet of me. That's what God is saying, not me, Pastor Kim. God says, I need you to be the hands and feet. Because I see y'all waiting around, twiddling your fingers. Some of y'all praying, oh, Jesus will be back any minute. Maybe today, I don't know when. But until then, y'all do it. You be the hands and feet. You be someone's soundtrack, someone's background music. I had a church member once tell me, Pastor Kim, I don't really sing. I almost agreed with her, but I decided to be nice. She said, Pastor Kim, I don't sing, but I hum. But I hum. She says, I hum when I cook. I hum when I'm cleaning the house. How many of you do that? I hum when I cook. I hum when I'm cleaning the house. I hum when my spouse is just venting. I hum when I'm rocking my grandchild. I'm humming when I'm anxious. I hum, she said, so that they know and that I know we're not alone. Even if I can't fix it, I just hum. And that's what Psalm 118 calls us to be. Sometimes background music for each other. You show up at the hospital or to someone's home with soup and maybe silence. You text, and you can text. We don't have to talk. I just want you to know that I'm here. You stand next to someone during a song or a hymn, and you sing the verse loud just in case they don't know the words. The psalm says, the stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Maybe you feel overlooked, maybe you feel unheard, but God builds the chorus out of your presence. Your voice, your hum matters, even in the background. I want to give you 3 points, and I'm going to take my seat. Number 1, sing. Sing even when the world isn't clapping. Go ahead and sing. Your worship doesn't need to be validated. It just needs to be honest. Number 2, let joy interrupt you regularly. Let joy interrupt your regularly scheduled program. Last week, I had a dear friend and clergy colleague pass away. He died unexpectedly at 48 years old. As I was rolling through my news feed on Facebook, I saw the post after post that was filled with grief and memories of Bishop Troy Saunders. I suddenly came across a photo, as I'm scrolling, I came across a photo of my own daughter. Carrie, my oldest twin, she's there. And as I looked, again, scrolling through all of the grief, all of the memories, all of a sudden what popped up was this big, cheesy face that I recognized. My co-parent had posted a picture of Carrie in her soccer uniform with the Carrie grin. With Carrie, something about smiling causes her eyes to also close. And so Carrie is... There's also something about the peace sign where it has to be equal to her eyes at all times. I'm scrolling, I'm also sad, and then all of a sudden, allow joy to interrupt your regularly scheduled program. The third way to practice freedom, to sing, is be someone else's background music. It's showing up with presence, not performance. It's humming with hope. It's whispering peace. When someone else forgets their song, you can hold the harmony until they say it and sing it again. Sing even when the world isn't clapping. Let joy interrupt your regularly scheduled program. Be someone else's background music. Psalm 118 doesn't pretend that life is easy. It says that life is real, and so is God. It says that this is the day, not tomorrow, not yesterday. It says this is the day. And this cup, however cracked, is overflowing with joy. So here's an invitation to each and every one of you that I'd like for you, to take seriously. Be someone's joy this week. I don't know if you have one of these, but you can get one of these. This is the church directory. This is the invitation to each one of you, because you came here to get something, and I need you to leave with something. I need you to look at this Community Congregational Church directory. Look in it. Look through it. Find someone that you don't usually talk to, communicate with, haven't seen. Text them. I'm thinking about you, praying for you, sending you good vibes, sending you light and love. Just wanted you to know. And then put a period. Did you hear me? Get one of these. I'll give you mine. You can get it electronically too. Get one. Spread joy, spread freedom. That's your background music. That's the background music where you can be in concert with others. To God be the glory and amen.